Hello, everyone. Welcome to PhilosoTea, a group of teens, young adults that discusses about an array of topics, from lighthearted to very serious ones, and applying them to our daily lives and sharing it with the audience, with shitty audio quality, of course.
Okay.
Today, today I'm your host Ryan. With introduce yourselves, please,
I am Amit. Hi, guys.
Hi, my name is Bernie.
and a special guest. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, hello, hello. My name is Mbuso, Mbuso, and I am a student. And yeah, I'm glad to be on the podcast.
Woo!
Nice.
Okay. How is everyone? Everyone okay?
Yeah, I'm
Very
doing
good.
great.
Very good,
Are you sober now, Bern?
Shut up.
Okay. 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 Well, our today's topic will be about love, specifically how you want to be loved. This was recommended by Bern, and I
But
want to ask.
this topic is actually inspired by Membusto as well, so that's why I invited
Oh,
here.
okay.
Okay, but why did you want to suggest this topic in the first place? Actually,
It just came to my head because of Membusto. I'm
because
Right.
you think it's interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Wusa, what did you exactly say to Bern?
I didn't say nothing to Bern, but he probably noticed that I'm in a very loving relationship. And
Wow.
yeah, no, more than that, I'm sure he has felt a lot of my love. That sounds wrong, but not in that way. Because I love to make my friends as happy as possible, and that's what I really
Uh-huh.
think love is all about, just making people see the positive side of themselves. And the best part about that is being consistent with it. Like you can say, hey, I made you happy once, but if you do it all the time, that's what love really represents. And that's
That's
what,
true.
Uh,
yeah.
well, I'm glad you're in a happy relationship right now. How long has it been since you're in this relationship?
Basically the entire summer and now till now,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, that's really
Oh,
good.
that's so cute.
yeah.
How did you guys first meet?
Oh, it was actually very, very weird. Okay. So we initially were mutual friends. I knew her because of her friend, and she knew me because of my friend, like that sort of thing. And then on my story, my Instagram story of all places, I post what I think the true meaning of love is to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I write tons of paragraphs, tons of detail, and she responds. She just says, "You know what? I hope we find someone who does that for you, who fulfills that sort of love for you." And I'll reveal it right now. In that time, I was very depressed because I had come out of a very toxic relationship. So there
Oh,
I am,
okay.
just like
Oh.
sprouting out. Like I'm so done with not receiving the love I want to receive. But on the page, the Instagram page, I was just like straight up, this is what I want to receive, whether it's about affection, whether it's about physical touch, whether it's about gifts, all different types of love. It's just exactly what I expressed it to be. And ever since then, she's just been reciprocating exactly how I want my love to be reciprocated, which is all out. I don't like half. Can I say the word
Half
ass?
half off. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like half-ass things. So
Mm.
for her, it's how she feels as well, and I'm glad that I get to express myself fully with somebody without any compromise.
That's
Oh,
so nice though that
really
you
nice.
found like someone new that you can relate to and someone that actually makes you feel safe rather than like, oh, it feels like someone's just controlling me or like you're just gonna put me in a dark place basically. Like it's kind of nice and like good to hear that you're with someone that literally just lights up your world in that way how I'm gonna describe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cute. I honestly love it.
Mm. Okay, we kind of went off on a tangent, but let's
It's fine.
continue. On the first question, so the topic is about how you want to be loved. But first, let's define in your own word what love is. Like, how do you define it?
Hmm. Love is. Now this is a difficult question to answer. Now that I think
Right?
about it, love. Okay, damn. Okay, I can go poetic with it and say love is an undying rose.
Oh,
Right. It's an eternal rose that always you look at it and it's difficult sometimes to see that it's still there because
mm,
you won't be impressed by it some days. You look at a rose all the time. It's just going to be another part of your furniture, right?
That's
yeah.
true.
But when you realize the significance of it, the importance of it, that's when you truly feel the gravity of what it means to have a rose in your life. Because most of the time, those things die.
That's
but
true.
it,
Yeah,
but
pretty
but
much.
whether that's like if we're translating it to other emotions, anger dies, happiness dies, all those feelings die. But love doesn't, and that's why I think it's an eternal rose.
Mm, okay. How about the others? Bern,
Well,
what do you think?
Oh, me, my definition of love is, I would say it's very simple and very simple and general. It's like it's a way how it's a way that keeps you happy.
Okay.
It was like for me, like I said, like I love my friends and family. That's one thing for sure. And of course, like they make me happy, and that's what I love about them. So yeah, it's very general and simple. So yeah.
Okay. What about you?
well, for me, I know like sure like you love someone and then you love your friends. Like I view love like okay, there's different kinds of love.
Yeah, that's very true.
There's like uh romantic love where like you and one other person like share the same kind of love where like you keep each other safe, and it's like almost the same for other types of love like platonic love, like you guys relate to each other one way or another without any romance at all, but
Mm,
you just share and like uh continue loving each other without overcrossing like a certain boundary of some sort. But just in general, how would I describe love is like is when like there there are people or like you feel safe with that person, and
yeah.
you don't feel like you can just like crawl in a dark place and in a corner.
Yeah,
You
like
just feel
you,
safe.
you feel secure.
It's like for some people love is scary, but it is for me if you're safe with that person, then like you feel love or like you love this person to the point like I can be with this person, or I this person can help me and I can help them one way or another, and that's how I show love. It's just like being safe, like this is my safe place, my comfort zone, kind
Mm,
of like how I'm gonna describe. That's love for
okay. Well, I think in my definition, I even wrote this down. So
me.
Oh wow, you came
because like
prepared.
because like when I talk about something, the meaning is always all scattered, so you guys won't like
Yeah,
get the meaning. So
that's true.
basically, love is about growing together and sharing each other's happiness and pain. So in love, I think there's two components to it. Love is a mixture of feelings and the decision to stay and grow with that person. Because I feel like feelings can be a bit fragile because it changes sometimes. You don't want to see that person for like a day or
Yeah.
two, but at the end of the
Mm-mm.
day, you have to decide if you really want to stay with that person and to grow with them in the future. So I
True.
think that's how I define love. It's very technical, but you know,
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, everyone has their own like definition of what love is.
yeah,
Like it's like normal, or like it's not like out of the ordinary, like, oh, okay, you have this kind of love. Like my kind of love is different. It's like it's just everyone has their own definition. Like
yeah,
we can't really have like the same kind of thought of what love is. Like
yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
What we can all agree is that no one is in love and feels like they're losing, and that's what I like said. That's one of the first things that I said about my current partner. I
Mhm.
finally found the person who makes me feel like I have won every day.
Yeah,
Like, because you sometimes feel like I'm not, I know I'm gamifying it, but it's true at some point that everyone who is in a relationship, you can see it in their face, like this person today is winning, and that's just how I feel with my girl. I think it's a good feeling because first of all, it humbles you and makes you realize that you could still lose her, you could still lose that person, so you have to just keep up the feeling and the vibe that got you to that state. And it's such a very very challenging thing sometimes because you can't be the best version of yourself all the time. But
yeah,
as we said earlier on, it's a lot of compromise. It's a lot of meeting each other halfway. And I think the word which we wanted to bring up that no one brought up yet is understanding. It's very
yeah,
difficult to be in love with
Yeah.
anybody if you don't understand them. And for me, I'm glad to say that everyone who I've said I love you to, I fully understand. In fact, like I'm still friends with my exes. I'm still friends with people who I have
nice.
had disagreements with because
Mhm.
I understood them. I understood where they're coming from, and yeah, it's kind of like at that point, if you mess up in a relationship or you mess up or someone else messes you up,
Yes.
you have to
Yeah,
realize why you started that relationship to begin with. Was it in a pure place? And if it was, then continue being in a relationship or in a partner or a friend or whatever to them. But if it started with lust, if it started with, wanting to seek something from them, then obviously it's not worth trying for it. But yeah, it's a very convoluted thing, but understanding is very important in any relationship, regardless of love, if you think about it, because why would you be friends with someone you don't understand? Okay, unless they're giving you money. That's a different story.
okay. Sugar daddies.
Yeah.
What are your experiences with falling in love, and has it shaped your mindset on what you think of love right now?
Oh, I have this. Okay, I'll go first because this one hits me personally. I'm not gonna say the name, but here's a backstory. So a year ago, I met this girl,
Mm-hmm.
and I think around October, November, I started to falling in love with her because before like I had previous crushes before. That's one thing, but for some reason she was the very first person that ever gave me butterflies, and it's really weird. It's a really weird feeling, honestly. But at the end I had to cut her off because I fell for her, but it was a wrong timing. But then a year passed, and my feelings came back to her, and all of a sudden, like all of a sudden, the like what I mentioned before, the butterflies.
Mm-mm.
It didn't happen, to be honest. And I was like, okay, it's weird, but it is what it is. And right now, when I told her how I felt about her, and she was really happy about it. But we didn't continue forward because I respect because at the end I respect her decision because she wants to enjoy her life at the moment. So which is fine. So right now right now we're still friends, like good friends actually,
Mhm.
and how I say this, like my experience with her, like falling in love, is weird, but at the same time, it's an amazing thing
Did it
because
change like your mindset though on how love is like in general, like before meeting this person?
um actually it does because me because falling in love with her made me realize uh like it made me turn like it made me like a huge turn, like it made my eyes open wide, like you know what I mean, right?
Mhm.
So in that way I realized, like I realized everything, like, oh, okay, so maybe I should have done this and that and all that stuff, all the things. But at the end, I still I still need to improve. I still need to improve more about uh like I still need to improve more about love. And other than that, yeah, it changed my mindset, and it just made me like stronger. So yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay, that's very nice. What about the people who are in a relationship? Any any
I mean, this question is also kind of,
similar?
similar to the first one. This is about our experiences, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I grew up in a family where women were in charge.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
Oh,
like 100%. My grandmother raised 7 children by herself.
Oh,
wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
impressive.
then yeah. Now my mom is basically paying for all of my cousins' tuitions, including me. I mean, I'm one of the grandkids. So it's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. I never had a father figure. So for me, my version of love is very effeminate. It's very diligent, and
Yeah.
that's what I think women. That's how women love in my life. To be specific, I don't
Um,
want to generalize. In my life,
Mhm.
whereas they give more than they get. Is what I'm trying to say. So that's how it's been for me as well. From the beginning, I used to just give more than I get, and I used to be comfortable with it. Actually, I just
so
be
it's
like,
kind of like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like giving love without expecting
anything back,
anything. Yeah.
or
Mm.
just out of your own heart, your own volition.
Mm.
And over time, I realized that is only a lose-lose situation if you're a guy.
Wow. Okay.
It's true.
How
It's
so?
it's
How
very
so?
true. It's very true. Now, if you're giving love out of your own heart and you're not getting anything back as a guy, you sort of realize that it drains your ego. It drains your masculinity. It drains your ability to look attractive. I'm not even joking when I
Oh
say
yeah,
the
that.
last part,
Yeah.
because we all know about the simp culture. We all know about how men who are too nice are perceived as. We're like, okay, this guy, sure,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
I
true.
mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
that
yeah.
common, so yeah, like.
Exactly. It's rare to see a guy who's, nice for the sake of being nice. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
something must be wrong with him.
Is he
And
asking for
Oh,
something?
oh
exactly.
no.
Exactly. So that's what I've seen. Okay, especially here in this country. No,
Yeah.
because like it's an international country, of course. I mean, it's a difficult place to come around and say that you are anything but a simp.
Mm-mm.
True.
But I think the simp mentality is misunderstood, because in my eyes there's two sides of it. There's simp as in like, wow, you're really showing your love how you want to show it and you don't care what other people think, which is what I do. And then there's
Yeah.
simp, I am a nice guy and I expect something, and because I'm
Yeah. 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 That
entitled.
one.
Mm,
That
yeah.
one. Yeah. Yeah. That one.
That is
That.
stupid, and I cannot believe that there's people out there who feel entitled to
Yeah.
getting this sort of love. But anyways, before I go too far away from the question, um, having being someone who's giving love more than they're being given love, um, lately it's changed me to make me realize that I deserve the love that I give.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. I deserve the love that I give, and I'm happy that I'm getting it right now.
Okay.
Well,
Wow.
lucky
Yeah,
for you, man.
Mhm.
exactly.
That's good. Good.
Okay. This question, I don't know if I can fully answer it because have I been in love? I don't know. I mean, I think I have. Cause like, I think this was back in high school where I
Mhm.
fell in love with someone. It taught me that I shouldn't be afraid of loving that person who is of the same sex.
Mhm.
So yeah, I guess it opened my eyes to like just be open about things and that it's okay to take risks when it comes to a same sex partner.
Mhm.
But I think that's pretty much what I have to offer right now.
Okay. Well, for me, well, uh, well, since I was like a kid, honestly, I thought of myself like as a hopeless romantic, basically since growing up, because like I felt like I really couldn't find anyone that I could relate to or like it's just
Same,
me. I just really thought that
same.
until like I met someone.
Wow.
Yes. Um, it was we actually met because I actually knew this person when I was in elementary. Like they were like a friend of a friend, but we didn't really exactly talk until like we met in this convention that I went with Bernard. And like I was like, I recognize this person. And I was like, oh, this person is a friend of a friend. So it's just like I just thought of this person as a new friend, hey, someone that I can relate to, until like I slowly started falling in love with this person. Like
Hmm.
there to the point like, oh, we would talk all night, all day, and just like nonstop, no matter what, like in like with similar interests and like at some point we were still friends, but like sometimes I would feel down out of nowhere, and like I don't know how I fell in love with this person, but the fact that they showed that they cared for me, I think was like one of the things that made me fall for this person. And like I really didn't realize it then, but like I slowly started falling in love with this person, and this person actually did reject me when I told
Wow.
that I actually loved them. But like not really love, but that I was interested. But like
Hmm.
um I was okay with that. I wasn't really heartbroken until like this person returned their feelings, like they realized that they actually did like me as well, or like started falling for me without um realizing it. It's just that uh falling in love was just out of nowhere because my standards on like how I fall in love with someone is really different compared to the person I am currently dating now. And same for that person as well. It
What's
just
your standards?
like it's kind of hard, but like I have like specific standards like um this person should be like physically look like this. But then
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, but I fell in love with uh this person's personality, not um
Mm.
like their outer experience. So the
Yeah,
more
I get
like
you.
we got to know each other, the more we understand each other. It's just that we just fell in love like naturally without like anything or any other thing. And like that, like it didn't really change my mindset on love, honestly, because like it's just that as long as you find someone that understands you, keeps you safe, and like as long as you guys just communicate, because communication is really important. Like when you love someone, it's
Yeah.
it's actually like you just you're safe. Like you don't have any other person bothering you or like someone to judge you and like someone to just help you like move forward. Like that's like it's nice the feeling that you have someone and like someone that can love you back and like it's just nice.
Mm. Okay. Okay, we're still in question 2. I don't know how long we're gonna finish all of these questions.
It's
It's fine.
it's fine.
Okay. V, can you tell the question 3?
Oh,
Oh wait, you're not gonna answer this, right?
yeah. I
Okay.
don't really have
I
to
don't
answer
think.
this one.
Okay. Uh. Okay, Bernard, you ask the question.
Okay, question 3. How do you differentiate with love from puppy love and infatuation?
Ooh. Okay, this is easy.
Mhm.
Because puppy love is based on physical appearance, 100%. I don't
Yeah,
think
pretty much. Yeah.
it's
Mm.
that's kind of it.
Yeah,
Because
it's like love at first sight, you know.
yeah, and a lot of my friends were giving me the runaround about my relationship because they're like, bro, you've only known her for like 2 3 months. Like, what are you talking about, true love? And I'm like, she's done more for me than anyone has done on this planet in like
Oh.
Mm.
20 years of my life, and like she's done more in these 2 months. So technically, it's never about time. I think time is the most misconceived perception of measuring love because people assume that it's important. However, it is not. What is important is about infatuation is how much a person does for you. I'm not talking about literally, oh, here's a gift or whatever, but how much they change your life. I feel like people who come through and change your life for the better every single day, they challenge you to be a better version of yourself.
Mhm.
That's what infatuation is about. Whereas puppy love is more like feeding your own ego, like, wow, I really found this person and they're attractive and I'm attractive and we're attractive. But at the end of the day, vibes
Vibes don't click.
True.
exactly, they don't click at all. Like you
Oh
you
shit.
you will get bored with a person after like you realize that all you care about is their looks and their attitude, because sometimes a person can look sexy, but then when you sit with them for more than like 5 hours, you realize just how much trouble you've got yourself into.
Oh my god.
This happened to me. I can tell you a story. Like I was I won't use any words or anything, anybody's name, but what I was out with a person who happens to be doing a job which requires them to look attractive, if you know what I mean.
Oh
Which
Modeling.
modeling,
gosh.
yeah.
Wow.
So I was out with one of those, and I just realized from the get go that their world is completely based upon superficial things. The
Oh.
entire conversation was about clothing, and bear in mind, I love talking about clothes. I love clothes, but
Mm.
I ain't gonna talk about clothes with my wife every day. Am I? Like, it's just not gonna work.
True.
So yeah, that and then them talking about numbers. They okay. You would be surprised. You'd be like, okay, numbers is an accounting person, whatever. But no, 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 no. Models, people like that, they care a lot about numbers. Whether it's your wallet, whether it's how many followers you have on Instagram,
Yeah.
whether
Oh.
and they care a lot because obviously they do. They live in an environment which asks them what the size of your waist is, what the size of your freaking
Oh.
Yeah.
height
Right.
is
True.
every single day. So of course numbers matter a lot to them. So some
Oh,
people
that
that
exists.
might be fun. It might be fun to answer those questions like, hey, this is how much is in my bank account, you know.
Oh gosh.
But to me, it's just it's shallow, and that's another reason
Yeah.
why puppy love is all about just the surface level stuff, whereas infatuation is going into the deep end of who a person is, the bad side, the good side, the future, the past, everything.
Mm.
Mm. Okay. Well, that sums up the whole question.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. If your friends dislike your partner, what would you do? Would you choose your friends over your partner or your partner over your friends?
Yeah, definitely friends. Yeah,
I mean, if your friends doesn't vibe with this person, then what's the point? Like, you're
oh,
that's I don't
I
know,
mean,
like.
but then, like, here's the thing. There are some people that who, okay, for example, me. I have
Mhm.
this one friend, and she is the complete opposite of me. But
Okay.
at the end we do click, we vibe.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that all of your friends will vibe with this person.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like if a person says that, okay, who do you pick, her, like this person or us? So like that's gonna be very different,
Is it like.
right?
Mm,
Like, what if they like warn you, oh, like don't be with this person?
yeah,
They're like
like that.
red flags and all that.
I mean, as, I mean, I could notice, to be honest. I would notice the red flags, to be honest, because if I see a single red flag from that person, then that's where I dip, because
But
usually,
girl, you get
usually
blinded by love.
yeah, but not really. But I'm growing. But anyways, like if I if I notice a red flag from her, from my partner, then yeah, I will dip, because like at the end, it's not gonna be, it's because at the end I'll be the one end up hurting. So I don't
Okay,
I don't really like that. So I
okay.
can't really like choose about this question. So yeah.
For me though, I would like try to like make my friends like my partner.
that's very
Mm,
difficult sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. But
that is.
like, if they say, "Hey, I really don't want you to be with this person because I feel like they might do something or they're just using," I'm like, okay, I will try and like, I would just choose my friends honestly because like you just
Damn.
yeah. But if
Then
like
is it love? Is it love then, or
it's
because I feel like if I love someone, I don't care what even my mother thinks. Like
it
I'm gonna marry
honestly,
them.
yeah, honestly though, I guess like it just really depends how much I love my
Yeah,
partner.
yeah.
That really depends. But if like I don't know, if like I'm not with this person currently, probably I'll just choose my friends like decision. But like yeah,
Yeah.
my current partner is friends with my friends, so I have no problem.
Okay. Um, for me, I have no idea. I think you guys all said it. I feel like I'll just like ask my friends like, why do you think this person is not good for me and all that, and I'll think it over and like try to like notice if they really are like this person. But if they're not, I'm still gonna stay with them and be on their side.
Hmm.
Not true.
That's
Okay, but I feel like when I do get into a relationship, I would kind of feel nervous to be with their group of friends because
yeah,
I'm
that's
very
true.
awkward.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, moving on. Ame, can you?
Oh, should you need boundaries to put on your friends or your partner when they're both interacting with each other? Like, what shouldn't your friends do with your partner or something like that?
It's like okay, I got this question because I have this friend back in high school. They're like in a relationship, but the girl is very jealous. They don't want their partner to be sitting with her friends.
Oh,
Like they shouldn't be with
Ouch.
in any. There shouldn't be any other girl in this perimeter.
oh,
Oh
You
my
know,
god.
it's kind of
oh
weird. But like,
God.
so I'm trying to apply it. Like, should you put boundaries? Like, should you put like a limit on like from your friends and your partner that wouldn't make you feel jealous?
Um, for me, I don't have any. limits or boundaries, because like I can let my partner do what she wants, as long as that there's like a loyalty between us. Then that's all good.
Mm. Okay.
So yeah,
No, there should be
but
a boundary, man. There should be a boundary. I feel like the reason why there should be a boundary is because letting your friends know that she's taken, because some people literally don't know. Like
Oh,
you,
that's
Oh,
you'll be,
really?
true.
Was it?
That's true.
Okay.
yeah, no. Like you'll be walking around, like just off of experience. You'll be walking around on campus, for example, and people will ask you, are you guys dating?" I'm like, "Bro, can't you see I'm literally holding her like right now?" Like, that's the thing. And then they go like, "Oh, okay, you guys are so cute together." I'm like, "Okay, but like, couldn't you see? We literally have the same hair." Like,
Oh.
Okay.
like so sometimes you have to make sure that people know, like, hey, this is for real, this is legit. And for me,
Okay.
that's why I was happy to make it like public, like post it on my Instagram and stuff, because why hide it? I feel like private relationships aren't it, and the reason why it isn't it is the same thing as I just said. Like some people they don't know, and if they don't know, that means it's an open door and on the DMs, and that might be a bad thing because what if that girl like catches feelings for someone else now, like because your dumbass was too stupid to make it public, to make it known
Oh.
that
Oof.
you are
True.
dating them and that you're serious about them. So
Mhm.
yeah,
True.
that's very sexy actually, being like she's mine, he's mine, that sort of thing. That's
Yeah.
the positive type of possession, because there's that, and then there's not making her go out with her friends and not making her see guys. That's weird. That's just properly
Yeah.
weird.
That's
Because
true.
Yeah.
because obviously like you need other humans to interact with in life.
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Great.
for me, for me, I don't really think there should be boundaries because, like how me and my partner, we just like we're pretty much obvious. Like, hey, we're dating, so you guys stay on your side and like not really like, but like, and I wouldn't really put boundaries because I trust my partner and like my partner trusts me and like regardless whether he also has like a lot of girls that are friends with him, he always puts it like I'm taken, guys. Like like you shouldn't really um we can be friends but just don't think that I'm single and like I'm being nice to you because like I'm interested in you because like
Mm.
there are there are some girls that will say oh he's nice to me so he probably is interested in me like no
True.
no
True.
so like uh, it's I won't really put boundaries because we both trust each other so yeah.
Mm. That's good. Okay. Next question, a bit hard. How hard do you think it is to find love here,
Oh,
where we live?
okay. So basically, I can't say where I live, but I would say it's really hard to find someone here, because like I noticed that the majority of the relationship here, it's mostly huge dramas, like everywhere.
Okay. True.
Like so, yeah, like right now, I have friends who are in a relationship. Some are in a happy relationship, and some are, whew, okay. So at the end, like
Yeah.
I've been listening to my friends venting about her, his or her partners every time. I'm like, wow, it can be
Mm.
scary. Like it can be scary sometimes, but at the end, like I just don't know how to like go up with it. So right, I guess I could say that finding love here is it's very difficult and kind of toxic in a way. But
Mm.
if you find
Okay.
the right person here, then that's like that's like uh I would say this. a very lucky shot or something like that. I don't want to use that term, but I don't know what to say. What
I
other
think
than
what
that
what
one?
you're trying to say is it's difficult to date people here.
Yeah, it's very difficult
Yeah, man, it's
because like
very difficult.
yeah, I have a story one time. So I think there's a lot of stories. So basically, I first opened up Tinder when I was like
Okay.
18,
Oh,
and
can't relate. I opened Tinder at 17.
wow, wow, okay, no. So, anyways, I opened Tinder at 18, and that's where I matched this person. We had a good time. We talked and we hanged out, but at the end, she said that she said she's not ready to be in a relationship, in which of course I respect her decision. But then 3 weeks later, I found out that that girl actually have a boyfriend. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind
Okay.
of weird. She could have told me, she have told me that one, but yeah, it's fine.
You know
But
what's
then,
ironic? She was on Tinder and she
yeah,
told you she's not interested in dating.
yeah, it's weird. But then that's one story. And another story is that I invited a girl out on a concert, and we both clicked. Like both of us are into anime, and she she told me her favorite anime was this one particular show, and I have a merch from that show. So I told her if I can just give it to her because it was near Christmas. So I was like, okay, why not? I was being generous. So at the end, she she never showed up to the concert, and the gift was with me the entire time. So I just like hold it, and at the end, it was still the merch that I was supposed to give it to her. It's still with me right now, and I'm gonna
Oh,
use it.
can you give it to me?
No, I'm gonna use it for some content coming soon. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I guess I could say that finding people to date or finding love here, it's very difficult to me. So yeah, that's
Mm,
that's all I can say.
Mm.
okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't difficult for me.
Wow, okay.
It just mainly because I reckon I am an attractive guy, and the reason why I say this is because a lot of people have said it, so it's not just a me like boosting myself. Um, so that makes it easier for sure because I'm an attractive guy. I'm black, and I thing is when I say I'm black, I'm not just saying it as well. It's just because I feel like it's a stereotype which is looked at as a good thing here in surprisingly. Um,
Mm,
so those two things have made it easier for me. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people have come into my life and said, "I want to date you. I want to do this with you. I want to do that with you." So for
wow.
me, it's been more of
Amazing.
like, okay, what, what do I want? I had to ask myself that question this year, and I realized the first thing I wanted was to love myself, man. I just had to sit down and look at myself in the mirror and be like, do I love the person that's looking back at me? The answer at the start of the year was no, because I just had caught COVID at the time, like in
Oh,
January. Yeah, like so I was very depressed, and I just didn't like the person I saw in the mirror. And then I
yeah.
obviously took steps to make myself love myself more. And I did therapy, I worked out, I did everything that I thought would get me to where I wanted to go. So eventually I did fall in love with myself, and now I'm gonna get married with my. I'm just kidding now.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I just realized that you have to love yourself first, and then that's when you can judge other people's love for you. Because if it doesn't even match, if it's not even close to how much attention and care you give to yourself, then they're not even worth your time. Forget like about giving them a date. Forget about all that. They're not worth your time. Uh, so that's how it's been for me. Like the bar has risen way higher just because of how much I care about myself, and that's made it way easier to filter the people who are serious and the people who are just there for the fun. And the most difficult part about dating in the place that we live in isn't really the culture clash. It isn't really people being unreliable because at the end of the day, if you go to the right place, where you belong. I'm not talking about Tinder because Tinder for me, I tried it out and it was funny actually. I'll tell you my Tinder story since we're telling each other Tinder stories. Uh, I had Tinder like as well when I was 18, 19, and um, everyone I found and matched with was my friend. I was like, hey, I know you. What are you doing here? You know,
Hey, you look
like.
familiar.
Yeah, yeah, no, the thing is, that was so freaking funny because we just ended up like catching up together on Tinder, and that was kind of it. Whoever I matched with, I was like, hey, yeah. So that's what my Tinder experience was. But like, Tinder does get lonely, man. You sort of feel like you're in a sci-fi movie and like you're picking out through millions of people. Where in reality, what you should be doing is doing Tinder in person. Yeah, no, you should find your Tinder in person so that makes it much easier. When I say Tinder in person, I mean your safe place. Where do you hang out? Where do you go that makes you feel like yourself? Whether that's thrift shopping, whether that's swimming, whatever you do that's fun,
Oh,
that says
yeah.
this is my thing. If someone is doing what you're doing, surely you're gonna have a lot in common with them. I know that's a very like
Yeah.
stereotypical thing to say in this
Yeah.
scenario, but that's just how me and my girl are. We share the same music. We like the same fashion. We listen to we watch the same shows. Just because we met through mutuals who are like us. So just find people who extend your personality, but also complement your personality. Because imagine I can't spend the time with people who are not cool. I don't know what that. Okay. Let me rephrase that because that sounds
That sounds
so.
so like.
Yeah. Okay, cool meaning original for me. That's what original means. To
Mm.
me, it means cool. The reason why is because I don't like the herd mentality that hey, I'm buying these
Oh,
shoes because everyone else is buying these shoes, or I like this
okay.
phone because everyone else likes this phone. If you buy a phone or if you buy shoes, you better have a story behind it. You better have a cool story. Like, look, I like my iPhone XR because not many people have an iPhone XR because it's that phone which not many people really mess with. Yeah, that's cool, right? It's like you never heard
Mhm.
that before. Tell me something that I don't know is what
Oh,
I want
okay.
in someone's personality. And getting that from my girl, getting that from myself now has been really cool, man. And to me, that word, it's such a simple word, but the meaning of it goes so deep, especially if you explore love, because in bed and outside of bed and
Oh,
like
in bed.
yeah, you can bring in a lot of new features just because of how well you
Okay.
understand the person. I'm not even joking. Like you don't even have to speak sometimes, and it still happens just because you're on the same page on everything.
Mm.
And that means put yourself in that safe place, find people who are like you, and you'll be good. Like it's not even that deep. When Bernie told me about him struggling about his Tinder thing, I was like, man, you have no idea how many like Weibo girls would love to date you, man. But like that, you ain't gonna find many of them on Tinder because of course that's not where they hang. So
They're
they
Yeah,
go
busy.
they
They're
yeah.
go to
busy watching anime somewhere.
exactly, man. Exactly. People on Tinder have different goals. you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I think I understand that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, finding love here is a bit hard, especially since I'm bisexual, who has a preference for men specifically. So, and we're still living in a very conservative country. So, I did some research. There's 9.9 million people here. So, if we split that into gender preferences, that will be half. And if we split straight people with LGBT, like let's say 30%, that would take a lot of people out. And then split the age demographic, because I don't want to be dating a 40-year-old man. And pinpoint the people who you are compatible with. So I think it's quite hard to find love here, especially due to the pandemic. going on right now.
The
Mm-hmm.
pandemic.
That's
Yeah,
Right.
true.
yeah. Plus, the only way I can find someone is through Tinder, like you guys have been talking about. So
Oh,
yeah, I could say yeah, it is kind of hard here.
that's
Okay,
well. I really can't say it because I'm very introverted, so
okay,
finding love is hard in general for me.
same.
Whether it's here or elsewhere. The I'm also part of the LGBT community as well. So it's like it's just extremely hard.
That's very
Mm.
interesting
Yeah.
because for me it's not like like I came out.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I came out. I came out and coming out
Yeah, I saw this your stories.
as soon as I came out. I got quite a few men who were interested immediately. Like, hey, I didn't
Really?
know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
yeah.
Maybe I should come out. I mean, I
And
did. I actually did. I have a video link down below. Maybe.
but yeah, like the reason why I think it worked is because I didn't what do you call? I didn't hide my like my identity. I made it
Yeah,
very specific as
do your
well.
do your family know this?
My family does know this, and they were actually happy that I came out.
Wow, that's
And
Oh, that's cute.
because for real, in the region we live in, of course, it's very difficult to come out and to come out in a way which isn't illegal, right? So
Mhm.
yeah,
I did it in a very like natural, like, hey, this is my like view stance and everything,
yeah.
and that's where people I think found the connection. Like, okay, this guy is serious about it, and that's why I want to talk to him. I'm not gonna lie, the outfit I was wearing maybe might have influenced men specifically to check me out. But like,
Wait,
yeah,
when you came out, were there like any negative feedbacks from it?
the only negative feedback was from my very I can continue for a long time straight friends who I play
Oh.
sports with.
Oh, was
They
this
were
back in
they
high
were
school?
shocked. No, like this is properly in university in my life right now.
Oh,
They're like,
okay.
"What? You are like bi?" And surprisingly, one of I think the biggest part of it, which I was very insecure about, was when I started dating my girlfriend. Since I had come out, I'm sure someone would have caught on, like one of her girlfriends, would go like, "Do you know he's bi and everything?" But the thing is, of course, I'm gonna tell my girlfriend that I'm bi. Like that's something that you have to tell
Yeah,
someone you're
pretty
about.
much.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it wasn't really much of a huge step. I just did it and it worked, and now we're here. You know.
Yeah, that's lucky for you.
I was just lucky enough to find love here.
Yeah, pretty much,
I was just lucky
man.
enough.
Uh, Me and
Well, you,
Bern cannot relate
yeah,
whatsoever.
you guys are lucky, anyways.
Anyways, let's move on to the next question,
Yeah.
which actually applies only to the singles, because the question is, would you online date or slash long distance relationship?
um, for me, yeah, I would go L for online date or LDR because like for me, because for me personally, I made friends with a lot of people online, either on Discord, Insta, or many
Oh,
other people. So to the point that if me and that partner have feelings to one another, then okay, we can try it out. Because like to me, as a person who never dated before, I would always like to try things out and
okay.
see where it goes. So at the end,
Eh,
yeah.
okay. Well, for me, I feel like it will be very hard for me to online date because I feel like I want the person to be there with me, like in person, for there to be like more connection between us. Plus is messaging people. I'm not very good at those. Sometimes I ghost people for like, I don't know, 1 week. Cause like
Yeah.
I'm just too lazy to talk to people online.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, I don't know. But I mean, I can be open to it if the person is if the person and I connect really good. So yeah.
Well, I'll just add up since literally I'm like my relationship majority of it is literally LDR for 3 years. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Damn.
like I mean, yeah, people would say it's hard as well as like for some it's like time zones and like oh you don't know what's going on like in real life. You just only know what's through the screen or like just that's about it. But then like
Yeah.
as
True.
long as like if you find someone online or like your relationship shifted to being LDR, just like put your trust on this person and like they should
Yeah.
trust you as well because like the relationship won't work out as long as you guys like you just have to trust each other and like try to communicate like for some like they wouldn't really talk to each other after like few days or so because hey time zones or something like that but as long
Yeah,
as you guys
time zones is
yeah
quite tricky.
that's like uh really hard so it's
Mm.
as long as you guys like remind each other like hey I'm here for you I'm not forgetting you it's like I'm here and like whether we're far away or not like I still love you and like you just have to keep reminding each other to like keep
True.
like that relationship strong.
True. Okay. What about any other people who wants to?
Online dating is as real as actual dating, in my opinion,
Mm.
because you get to see a person for who they are eventually. Like in the beginning, obviously, there's talking stage, there's getting to know each other. But if you're saying, okay, I have feelings for you now, okay, prove it. Prove it.
Yeah,
And that proving is the same as it is in person. You're going to have to do something, you're going to have to say something that makes the other person feel like a certain way.
Mm.
And I'm glad that the first few months before we became official, we became really good friends online. And that is another good thing about online. You get to know a person, you get to judge a person, you get to see a person for who they are without the risk of meeting someone who can kill you, or
Well,
I mean, what if they're catfish? You know.
Exactly,
that's
Yeah.
exactly.
true.
But like, you have to be very stupid to fall for a catfish in 2021. I mean, come on.
True.
True.
Um, but yeah, I think it's a matter of like weeding out all the red flags while you're talking to them, and
That's
then
true.
avoiding them. I think that's what happened with us. We just found out a lot of weird stuff about one another from the get go, so that when we meet in person, like nothing comes out that says, oh, someone reveals something and it goes like crazy. That's what it basically. It's like, you know what it is. It's like a screening test. You know when you go to like an airport
Oh, true.
and they're like, put your luggage here and like check it all in. That's what a relationship online feels like, because
Mhm.
you have to at least translate to the other person who you are 100%. Otherwise, I'm not going to believe you when we actually meet in person. Then you tell me that,
Yeah.
hey, I can do this trick in bed. Like, okay, show it to
Oh.
me. But yeah, it allows you to hold people accountable for what they say. Like, that's what online does. Because if they say, I didn't say that, you can literally go to the phone and scroll to it and be like, look, you said it. But I don't know if that's the most healthy sort of relationship to be checking people like that. But yeah, a real online relationship is real. It's a real thing.
Mm.
It's real, but like it's kind of risky for some people.
Real and risky.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless, cause like some people,
Dot com.
there are people that um get out of love and try find new people where the other partner doesn't know.
Oh,
Yeah. So that is part of riskiness.
yeah, that's weird.
yeah,
But
it's quite risky.
if find a person who you can really trust. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. Okay. Uh, Next we're gonna talk about love languages. How does this affect your interaction with friends? And what are the things that you want your friends or your partner do to make you feel loved?
Mhm.
Um, I think for me, I think for me it's I think being touched because like
Physical
Wow.
love.
yeah, physical
Sexy.
love because like I really get those, to be honest, up till now recently.
Mm-hmm.
Up till
So
now. Why? What
yeah,
happened now?
I
Did
don't
someone
know.
touch you?
COVID-19
Oh, right. I forgot.
pandemic.
I forgot.
Coronavirus.
Imagine you just touch one face.
Forgot it
But
existed.
for me, it's like I think it's being physical touch because one thing for sure that also I'm kind of a clingy person, so
Mm-hmm.
I I also like want I wanted to be touched like locking arms or just hold hands
Just
for
like
fun.
simple, like you basically want someone to hold you, and you want to hold someone to like, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's you're right because like I I don't I don't get those. Like I
Mm-hmm.
do, but it's like very rare. Those rare moments, and I just cherish them
Mm-hmm.
because there are times that I wanted to sleep. I wanted to cuddle while I sleep. So I have like five pillows with me right. I have like five pillows in my bed. I just like combine them all
Aww.
and
Wow.
just like pretend it's like someone else.
Oh, that's kind of
Oh.
sad, but okay.
So yeah, I think it's just physical touch. That's it's my love
Okay.
language.
What about?
Well, I actually have my top two is quality time and physical touch. So
Oh,
imagine me being in LDR majority of my relationship, and like
oh, true.
physical touch is like one thing. It's like I like the moment this person comes to visit, and like you just hold them, just feels so nice. Like I can finally like hold hands with this person, I can hug this person. But like it just, I don't know. It just gives me uh like it just makes me happy, like if someone like I care so much about, like my friends as well, like we hug each other. It's like I feel safe, even like if it's just like
Yeah.
my, if it's just my partner, regardless, even with my friends, as long as like I spend time with them, like I feel really loved, and like I want to like talk more to my friends. Even like, yeah, I am very introverted, but if like I spend time with the people that I care and love about, it just it just feels so nice that I'm surrounded with people that care for me as much as I care a lot like towards them. And it just feels nice. Like
Hmm.
that's why like quality time and physical touch is my love language.
Okay. What
Okay.
about Busto?
Wow, those are really good definitions. For me, my love languages change every day. Sometimes I want to be gifted. Sometimes I want to be. Because I'm a
Oh,
switch. I'm a switch,
okay.
and I like when a woman takes control. I probably because that's what I've been raised. How
Yeah,
I've been
that's
raised.
that's what you're
Uh huh.
used to.
Yeah, it's what I'm used to, so I like it. I like it. But when it comes to me becoming more of a manly man, I love to give. I love to give physical touch. I think I am a very big guy. I think I am a big
You
guy.
are a big guy.
So yeah, I'm sure that a huge kink that of my girl likes is
Okay.
being, taken care of by a big man. I think it's a cool thing that I can
Mm-hmm.
provide, that I do provide. I mean,
Yeah.
like, so yeah, definitely physical touch is like a love language, which is very per- permanent in our relationship. But beyond that, I feel understanding should be a love language as well,
Mm-hmm.
because it ranges to a lot of things. I think it applies to a lot of things, and whether that is through through physical touch and how you understand a person's body without them talking about it, without them literally showing you, hey, this is what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a it's a love language for sure.
Yeah.
And then it also translates to their understanding of what love is, because some people come from different families, if you believe it or not.
Mhm.
And yeah, no, it's a matter of understanding their way of love and how they express it as well. I think I was talking to one of my friends recently, and this wasn't about love. It was just about how to comfort a friend.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
I told her that some people, they need a pat on the back, like, "Hey, you're okay, you'll be fine, you're strong,"
Yeah.
or whatever. And other people need you to run around the track, like go around the world, basically, to prove it to them that you care, and then tap them on the shoulder and say, "Okay, you're strong," for them to actually believe you because of trust issues, because of past experiences, because of trauma.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So in that department, love languages is a very narrow way to say to say that you love a person, because it should be even through the tough times, even through the times where they don't actually seem like they're worth loving. You should love them. And that's what love, I feel, is at the end of the day, a sacrifice of your comfort zone, a sacrifice of your understanding of love, just for the other person to be happy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because that's the main love language, if we're being honest. Positivity, happiness, really
Mhm.
making each other feel at home. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
True.
that answers it.
Yeah. Okay. I think you guys all said what I was gonna say. So
Yeah, we're just waiting for you.
yeah, it's mine is quality time. Cause like there was one time when a group of, well, basically you guys, well, except Wusa because we're not as close.
Mhm.
But like in this group chat, there was this one time where, you know, no one really talked much in this group chat. So I got kind of sad that we're like slowly drifting off, and it, affected me in a way.
Mhm.
So I guess I really needed that. I needed that reassurance that, oh, we're still good. We're still friends. Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question, Bernard, can you read it?
um. Okay. What is one criteria or more that a person needs to be your potential lover or friend?
Okay,
Okay.
straight out though.
Okay.
You
Shall
have
I
to be
answer
a
it?
good person. Like,
Okay.
True.
yeah,
That.
for like in general stuff, Like,
What is a good person, though?
hmm. Mm,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
wait. Honestly, yeah, like one thing for sure, like you shouldn't be toxic, man. Like especially you shouldn't be with someone that this that always like um points out your flaws and just continues to like talk about it, like pointing out your
Okay.
weaknesses
Yeah.
and like instead of like trying to change you in some way to make you stronger or like to like I don't know, not focus on that weakness. It just like
Yeah.
I just don't want someone that will just target you on your when you're vulnerable, basically. It's like
Mm.
Yeah.
it's just something. Like if you want to find someone to be your lover or your friend, just seek out good people that you can vibe with, and not just vibe with, that you can share your opinions and views on, and like you have the same like morality basically, like because there's some people that have different morals, and it's like
Yeah.
whatever this person is towards other people is like it really reflects who they are as a person. Like there are some people who are very racist. Like would you be friends with someone who's a racist? No, right?
Nope.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Um.
For me,
Yeah.
what's one criteria or more? Okay. Basically, I have few criterias.
Yeah.
Rian's criteria is like one of them. Just be a good person. That's one. But then there is like my thing. for me, I guess it's like a lot of insurance because like for me, I overthink things a lot,
Okay.
and how do you say this? Yeah, like for me, I wanted someone who knows me better than than me.
You're, wow, that's kind of
Yeah,
um
that's that's a weird thing. Like that's one thing for sure, and also being support. I think also being supportive as well. That's yeah, that's also another thing. And last thing for sure is like taking like going out on an adventure where we both spend a good time together. Because that one I really cherish memories like like all the hangouts. Oh,
yeah.
okay. Um, for me that I for me is memory for me is going out on an adventure because like I enjoy
Ooh.
every time I go out with my friends.
What is an adventure for you though?
Basically, just like spending good time together. Like for example,
Going out.
going out, hang out with friends and all. Then just
Mm.
going places as well. And yeah, and that's all.
Okay. What about you, Buso?
What about me? What an adventure is for me?
No, like what is
No,
a
no.
one criteria that you would want or need?
You want someone to be like a potential lover or friend.
Okay, okay. I already said it. It's the whole cool thing.
Ah, okay, okay, I get it.
Ah,
I love people who are different. I love people who stand out in a crowd.
Yeah, not like
I
other
just,
girls type.
yeah, I love those people. Not because they're trying to be that person, but that's because of who they are. I love
Yeah,
people who own it. They own it. They own it. I'm different, and this doesn't mean like okay, people who wear the same clothes as me, because I know that's a very specific niche. Like I don't
Mhm.
know many people who dress street, like proper street, like thrift store sort of vibe. As in, you know what I mean when I say this, Bernie.
mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about owning your identity to 100%, to actually more than 100%, so that I actually like people who look intimidating. I love them. I
wow.
think it's like wow,
Oh.
they really know themselves that well to the point that other people are afraid of them. I like that a lot.
Wow.
And yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's attractive.
it's not only attractive, but it makes you sure that the person you're signing up to
Yeah,
is sure of themselves. They're sure of
yeah,
who they
they're
are.
very secure in
Mhm.
who they
Exactly.
are.
Because it's nice to be the therapist friend or the therapist boyfriend, but then at the end of the day, you're not there to provide that for them. You're there to provide love.
Yeah,
And
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
yeah, because basically, like being a therapist boyfriend is kind of like it's like a codependent relationship in a way where it becomes toxic.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Well, for me, I don't really know. Do I have a criteria? I'm not really sure.
How
I
did you
guess
become
someone.
friends with us?
I mean, I guess. Well, because you guys are fun to be with,
Mhm.
as long as I'm comfortable being with you guys, or like someone who's how do you say this? And just someone who's fun to be around with, someone I can vibe with.
That's great.
That's pretty much it. And okay, next question. Okay, this is for the people who are in a relationship. Busa, can you read it?
All right, one second. This is the
8.
eighth question. How do
Yeah.
you balance your romantic relationship with work, school, other personal matters in your life? As well as how do you balance your romantic relationship with your friendship? Ooh, and your friendship with a person or with your friends?
With your friends.
Okay. With work and school and personal matters, Right now, I'm still figuring it out
Oh.
because this is the first time I've gotten to spend a lot of time with her since we go to the same university. So sometimes
Mm.
we do miss the odd with the odd class, and by that I mean like supplementary ones, the ones that aren't compulsory. So if anyone from university is listening to this, I'm not skipping class for my girlfriend, okay? Yeah, no. But yeah, it's a matter of adjusting to the environment, and for me, I just prioritize what matters the most to me that day, and that's difficult because every day she's what matters to me the most.
Wow.
So that I've learned to be like, okay, even if I spend 5 minutes with her, that 5 minutes is gonna be the best 5 minutes of the day for me, and I make sure that what we're doing in that time makes sure I mean, covers the entire day. Like you make compensates for it in a very romantic way. Sometimes I do give her gifts. Sometimes I do, go out of my way and write something for her. But like, or make a playlist. The small things really do matter, right?
Yeah.
And that's what makes the longer times, the way where you don't see each other, feel like less longer because you're still there for them. You're still present for them. So for me, how I balance it is I try my best to just do what I have to do and then make sure when I have time for her or time to spend with any other person, it's her on the top of the list. Um, Now with the romantic relationships and my friendships, that's another difficult one. Uh, because I love my friends. I love my friends. I love my friends a lot, and I give them actually more time than my girlfriend as of late. Because my
Oh.
girlfriend does not live in the city that I live in right now. So if I had the option, I just spend all my time with her. But I don't. So when I'm not with my girl, I'm with my friends. And my friends are the best people as well because they provide exactly what my girlfriend provides. As in not this is gonna sound they have that originality, they have that authenticity in their character as well. So it allows me to explore different sides of myself. For instance, I have friends who are like me in soccer, friends who are like me in rugby, friends who are like
Um.
me when I'm taking photo shoots. So for me, I'm always comfortable, is what I'm trying to say, basically. Um, but I wish that one day, I just get to live with her and spend all of my time with her because she is my best friend at the end of the day. So it's not really much of a problem to balance that because everyone else just gets a snippet, a cameo of Mbuso, but she gets the whole plate,
Mm.
the
Cute.
whole thing. Yeah.
I relate. I relate to that. Basically, right now, because of the pandemic, I am not studying or working. So basically, I have all the time in the world.
Lucky
So
you.
yeah. So it's for my partner. He is a college student and like he's on his last year. So basically, he's the one trying to balance it out to give time for me actually.
Does he know how to balance it out?
Yeah, he
Like,
does.
what do you guys do?
He always makes up like, hey, I'm having this, but like I can make up to you by, hey, we can play games or we can just like watch or binge like on movies or series and stuff. It's like
Mm.
he makes it up. Like if he's busy for a whole week, he'll say, hey, I can visit I'll visit you like when I'm like free or like after I'm done with this, so like I can recharge and whatnot. So it's mostly him just balancing it out for me. And like if I'm balancing my relationship and my friends, it's really the same as Buso. Like I hang out more with my friends if he's busy, like my partner. And like but like at the end of the day it's I'm gonna focus on him more.
Mm.
Hmm.
Plus, you and your partner are like in the same group of friends, so
Yeah, so it's no issue honestly. If we're in the same group of friends, then it's fine.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Woody, can you see this next question?
What are some healthy boundaries that one needs set in order to attain a healthy relationship?
I get.
Um,
All right,
yeah,
so you go first.
I'll
You
go
go first.
first.
Yeah.
Healthy boundaries. I reckon you can't be the nosy boyfriend or can't be the nosy girlfriend
That's true.
all the time.
Oh
Because
yeah.
True.
That's
Very true.
true.
because it's good to know what they're doing here and there, and it's good to be updated here and there. But if you're now calling them every single hour of the day,
Like,
like,
hey, what you doing? Hey, hey.
what are you? How many breaths did you take in the past 30 seconds?
Oh my god.
Like, no, 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 no. I would be. That's such a turn off. That is the biggest turn off because I have friends who go through that. Like every
Mm-hmm.
few minutes, they get a call from their girl. I'm like, no, what? Don't you have other
Mm, true.
things to do with your life? Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no. That's a horrible. That's a boundary you have to set for sure. Another boundary you have to set is family. Family, family, family. Because now, if you're telling me that your sister thinks this about you and your brother thinks that about you, and what am I supposed to do with that? It sounds like a you problem. So, like,
That's
No.
true.
family
Yeah.
being a part of the like a relationship, as in like having a say in how much time you get to spend with them, or having a say in how much they are allowed to give you all the time. It doesn't make sense because am I in love with your family or am I in love with you? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? I mean, those conversations become more important towards like your wedding day, of course. But like right now, yeah. Besides that, I reckon the other boundary is respect. You have to respect the other partner's job, their direction in life. You have to respect
That's very
um,
important.
their opinions. You have to respect their beliefs. 100%. So it's
Mm-hmm.
it's 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 a huge boundary you have to set and make sure that both of you are on the same page. Most of the time, it helps with a lot of the misunderstanding. But yeah, respect, no family, and making sure that they're on top of your list. Yeah, those are the
Yeah.
boundaries that you set.
That's true.
True. Okay, what were you gonna say, Bern?
Yeah. For me, I guess just be like open up about it because like I guess because when I notice that when it comes to relationships, people do often make mistakes from time to time,
That's
and they might not know whether this is right or wrong. So what I can tell is that just be open up about it, like or just be like hey, so I notice what you're doing is wrong, and just talk it out about it and just make sure it's not gonna happen again and all. So yeah, just like being open up about it. Whether if you and your partner make some mistakes, just open up about it. Then I mean that's it. That's all I can say.
Mm. Well, I guess one healthy boundary that I recently got to know is when you guys are fighting and when you're about to sleep, don't sleep yet and try to talk it over with your partner.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. That's important thing
Yeah.
because at the
Yeah.
end we don't want to
Go to bed mad
sleep.
with
Yeah.
yeah, with your partner, basically. Okay. Anyone else?
basically y'all just said well
Yeah,
what
okay.
what I think is like a healthy
Okay.
boundary.
Okay, then next question. How has the over romanticization in media affect the relationships of today's youth? And how did it affect your way of thinking back when you were young?
Do I go first again?
Uh,
I mean,
yeah.
sure,
Go
if you
ahead.
want.
Go ahead.
Okay. So for me, I have grew up around a lot of Disney shows, a lot of
Oh.
lemon. What is it called? Lemon mouth, lemonade mouth, or something.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
just classics, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the people who I had a crush on when I was a kid just looked like the people in Disney, like not like straight up, straight up. They yeah. So I don't really take that form of love as serious at all because it's like very, 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 very narrow and very, because the thing is, not many people are gonna play instruments or dance or all
That's
that.
true.
That's a
Yeah.
very high standard to set for your boyfriend or girlfriend, which is funny because I used to think that way. I used to be like, if my girl doesn't dance or doesn't, like all that, like doesn't basically do what High School Musical girls do, I
Oh my god.
wouldn't, I wouldn't mess with them. So those standards are not mature standards at all.
Yeah.
However, if we're talking about real, like proper media and how it's affected me, girl, I think it's more deep than that. It's much deeper than that because there's this site that a lot of people go to on the internet, which has a lot of black men on it, and black men doing things which are of the inappropriate nature to other people, if you know what I mean.
Yo,
What's
really?
what's it
And
called?
yeah,
It,
I know, right? It's
is
Yeah.
it
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So
Onlyfans?
that over that over sexualization of people who look like me has damaged my view of
Uh,
myself
true.
because it set the bar much higher. Literally, like, damn, like I gotta measure up to these guys.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, no, that's how I felt. But then
Dang.
over time, first of all, genetics helped me out. But also, no, just making sure I realize that it's not about that, and it's about how you perceive yourself when it comes to your race and having security in your identity and where you are from instead of how you look like. So that has helped me get over that hurdle. And I think the last part of the media thing is the standard of beauty is very, 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 very westernized in the
That's
place that
Yeah.
we.
true.
Yeah,
That's
it's
very
very true.
true.
So it's difficult to be an African dude when all people will ever see is a black American guy. Oh, that's all they'll see. Or a stereotypical African guy. Like, that's what they'll see when they open their eyes and see me. So for me, I have to be comfortable with that reality that, hey, I'm always going to be perceived as a stereotype until and
Mm-hmm.
unless I get to show people that, hey, I'm not a stereotype. Surprise.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a very difficult journey, and the way it's influenced my love life is that it's allowed me to explore myself, like as I said earlier on, the true version of myself. Who am I really? Why do I care about the things that I care about? So that when someone does ask me about, hey, uh, are you from Africa? I can answer in a way which is first of all true to myself, and second of all, um, understandable to them. You know what I mean? Like I can say my tribe name. I'm from the Skonze clan. I'm from the Matunja clan. You're like, what? Sorry, come again? But if I explain to you that my family cares a lot about our ancestry and that we like the fact that I know my great grandfather's name, then you'll be like, oh, that's awesome. Like my culture does that too. So there you find a connection in a person and you get to connect with a person from a different culture. Because at the end of the day, our cultures are not that different. It's just that
Mhm.
one is documented more in public history and everything, and one isn't. So yeah,
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
true.
Huh.
that's all.
Um, for me, when it comes to romanticization on in media, I don't. I I can't give really an answer, I guess, but maybe there's one. So lately, and basically in TikTok, yeah, all over in my For You page, it's literally some relationship posts everywhere, like where they watch anime together or do some cute romance stuff. I I think it's like I know they're showing their way how they express their love to to their partners, but then to the time that it makes youth how I say it makes the youth like a bit it kind of makes them youth like single youth jealous. You get what I mean? Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
they're kind of envious of that person because like, oh, they're doing something good for their partner and here I am.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, because that's also one of that's because I'm also one of them.
Yeah,
Oh.
unrealistic standards.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, because like I'm also like one of them. Because like
Aw.
how the way how I can't really I don't really fully get this answer, but all I can say is that it's it just makes me it just makes people jealous, including me. So other than that,
Mm.
then that's it.
Mm. When I was a
Okay.
kid, when I was a kid, you know, like how little girls are like, "Oh, I hope I meet my Prince Charming."
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
kind of those vibes. Especially like, yeah, as a kid I also watched anime and so like, oh, I hope I meet this tall guy with muscles and like good hair. I was like, nah, no. It's like over time growing up, I'm like, I should I just focus more on a person's personality rather than oh, it's all about all the appearance or oh how they're good at singing and whatnot. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just more personalized and like how people express like their relationships over media is like they're just you think it's like oh they're having the best time of their lives, they're having the best partners, but at the end of the day, like it's not all that behind the screen.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
true.
it's just for some
Cause like
people they do it as visuals as well, like we're having the best time, or like I don't know,
yeah,
it's
cause like behind those curtains, there's like a lot of like problems and all that in the relationship
yeah.
and some stuff.
So like
Well,
mhm.
okay,
Okay.
continue.
That's fine now. That's all I have to say.
Okay. I feel like in today's youth, I feel like lots of kids today are pressurized into being in a relationship
Oh my
just
god, yes.
That's
because their other
true.
friends are in a relationship too. They have to be in a relationship as well, you know.
Hmm.
So they just do it just because their friends are doing it, not because they want to be in it, you know.
Middle school drama.
Oh my god.
Yeah, pretty much. Plus, I think there's this phrase where um wait basically you have to find this you're half of a person, you have to find this other half to make you feel complete.
Yeah.
That line, I
Oh,
feel like it's very toxic in a way. It's like you're already like a full person. You don't need to find another person to fill you
that's
in
true.
a way.
Hmm.
Because like you need to find yourself first and explore yourself, like who you are, before loving someone, not the other way around. I mean, you can find love, but at the same time grow with this person. I think that's good as well. But at the end of the day, you have to find yourself and um, just know who you are first before stepping into the relationship world.
Hmm.
True.
Okay, should we continue with the last two questions? I feel like these are
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go. Let's
let's
hard
go.
go, let's go.
I
topics.
I feel like they're somewhat yeah they're similar in one way, so we could just share our thoughts
Combine
on.
it.
Hmm.
These are
Okay.
like hard topics. Okay.
Losing sparks. How important it is, and how can it be brought back?
Oh, I
Um.
think I can. I think I can answer for this one.
Mhm.
Mind if I?
Because I
Okay.
can't.
Because okay, remember what I said before in the beginning about experiencing love. So about the specific person. So
Yeah.
yeah, I remember I said that this person gave me butterflies, but when I fell for her again, it didn't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like I think it's what's telling me is that like at some point that you know that she's not gonna be at this point you're not, she's not gonna be in a relationship that she doesn't want to at all. So I was like, okay, I'll just like drop it off. And it took me like it really took me a while like to drop my feelings off her because at the end I'm I'll be the one ending up hurting myself, and that's not really a good thing. But then um when it comes to like losing feelings for someone, it's think it's best you tell like it's the best you tell that to your partner about it, because like to me I haven't told her that I moved on from her, because like the last time I told her was like how I felt about it was like around a month ago, and I think and I haven't told her that, oh, I moved on from her, because like I don't want, because to me at the end I don't want to like ruin the friendship that we have as well,
Mhm.
because like if I tell her I moved on, it's gonna be more awkward between the both of us. So I don't want that to happen. So yeah.
Okay. Anyone else
I
who can answer this?
I honestly don't know how I'm gonna answer this. I really don't know actually. It's it's kind of hard though because like at some point you're like on the edge of like, am I finally, is it over? Is it like, should I just end this? It's like, it's just like, if you don't vibe with this person anymore, basically, or it's just, I really don't know how to really explain this.
Like you feel like you guys aren't going together anymore
It's like something
as a
like
couple.
that. I don't know. It's just hard to really, I don't know, answer this. It's just, mm. Because like at some point it does end for some people, then other people would try to hide the fact that, oh, I don't have feelings for this person anymore, or um I don't want to hurt them, so I just keep it in until like they lose their feelings for me itself instead of me telling them right out. It's just that people should not hide the fact that, oh, my feelings are gone for this person or the sparks is not there anymore. It's best that you actually write out, say it to them, like when you
Yeah,
two are
yeah.
like um settle downs in some way without any other like situation that makes things heavier to like talk it out. It's really important that you should talk it out to this person or the part or someone that you may have interest with, that hey, I don't think I have feelings for you, or like I don't have feelings for you anymore. Because like if you just keep it in for a long period of time, imagine how the other person would feel when they find
Yeah,
out without you telling them that, oh, they don't
yeah,
like me, or like, because there's to the point that some people would actually cheat on the
yeah,
person and
yeah.
not tell them that I don't really have feelings for you anymore. It's just, yeah.
I feel like people cheat because they lost feelings, but they want the stability of that relationship still, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What about Busa? What are your thoughts?
I agree with everyone so far. Actually, it's very difficult. This part of the I love those two words, don't I? Difficult and cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, losing spark. I have never lost a spark, and the reason why I say this is because I told you already. I'm friends with a lot of my exes, and by
Mm,
exes I mean ex because I only have one ex.
mm,
But also I have failed like attempts of a relationship, and I'm still friends with a lot of them. And
yeah,
to me, if you communicate properly, which is what I've done with those people, as I mentioned before, you get to realize that there's different ways to love them, and you can adjust your love for them to meet, their comfortable like state. So that's how I perceive losing spark, and because it just doesn't work out. But like you can still work out, just not in the context of love. So some people
Yeah.
can't do that. They can't become friends with a person they used to love. And I experienced that like recently with a person who I was into, like in a toxic attachment with, because I have anxiety,
mm,
and this person became my literal for the first time. Like I can speak to anybody. I don't care who you are, how old you are. I can speak to anybody, and that's because I grew up in a family which was very comfortable with making communication a priority, right? But this person became an anxiety trigger. I would see them in person and literally break down. Like I would break down. But then, all you realize when you lose a spark with a person, first you have to be honest with them, and when you have a disagreement with the person, you have to be honest with them that hey, this is how I feel, and we need space. Space, as stupid as it sounds, it actually fixes a lot of things.
Yeah.
Um, it makes you realize how real the relationship was. It makes you realize how much you were willing for real to sacrifice for this person, and whether or not they're worth, you coming back into their life and connecting in another way. Space can heal a lot of things. Time is not space though, because space can mean like a few days off a person, and everyone needs that. Not only in a
Yeah.
Yeah.
relationship, not only in a friendship, you need space to be yourself, space to breathe, space to learn about yourself some more. Um, so how important is it to be brought back? Um, it's important if your relationship is important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
That's actually important.
Yeah. I mean, if you're just friends and you just lose a spark, there's many other people who you'll find. But if it's like the love of your life, as if in your mind, then it should be a priority of yours to make sure that things work out, even if it seems like it's not worth it anymore. Because you don't just call a person the love of your life and then give up on them and move to the next person. That's just shallow. That's just sad,
That's
actually.
true. That's true.
If you lose a person who's the love of your life, it means all the chances you've given them have led to nothing. They haven't grown. You haven't grown. So move on. So in that scenario, that is the only time you have to break up with a person. You have to not only leave their life, but cut all the ties, because having ties will make you think about them, and thinking about them will make you want to seek them out. So
Mhm.
just literally unplug them from your life. Is if they don't grow, if you don't see a future with them, and if they don't serve what you want, because clearly that's what we've kind of summarized in this call, that most of the time love is reciprocated only if it's given the way that you want it to be reciprocated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You give what you get, and it shows. I'm pretty sure you guys couldn't agree more right now,
Yeah.
that that's what
Yeah.
love really is about at the end of the day. So if someone isn't meeting your wants and needs over that space, even with regards to your friends, your relationships, your work, whatever, then they're not worth it. They're not worth it. And I think the best definition of it is like love is a parallel line that draws on forever. And if it's not parallel, if there's a clash, then you can fix it. But it still has to be parallel. Parallel growth, parallel love, parallel understanding, parallel boundaries. This call is really useful for people who are trying to, find the definition of how to approach their love life here in what they call this place that we live in.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
more so in themselves, because I feel like if you love yourself, it doesn't only mean taking care of yourself. It doesn't only mean going to the gym. It also means understanding how you want to be loved. Literally shouting it out on the rooftop, because it's so funny how we have like curriculum vitae, CVs saying this is what I'm good at. This is
Mm.
my experience. But when
Yeah.
it comes to love, we just say, I want a partner who can touch me. Anyone can touch you, you know.
Bro, that's kind of sus though.
Exactly. It's very like non-descriptive. Be descriptive about your love. Be poetic about your love. Express yourself just as loud as you would in like a gaming session with your friends, or in a karaoke session with your friends. It should be that loud. Otherwise, your love of your life might not hear you. And since there's not many people here in Dubai, sorry, I said Dubai. Uh, not many people here
Oh.
in this place that we live in who are like of the LGBT community. If you're a part of it, they might not hear you. So be louder about it, but in a very like controlled, tolerant, tolerated way, and then you'll find someone. You'll find someone, and even if you're straight, just go on Tinder, man. I don't know what you like, what are you doing? Yeah, you'll find someone. You'll find someone. But anyways, it was good to talk to you all, and yeah, I really enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Hope
okay,
you
so that's
hope you enjoyed.
Hope you guys enjoy listening to us and to our views of what love is, how love is to us, and Maybe you can
Yes,
relate to any of whatever we said.
yes, exactly. I do not have an ending phrase, so I cannot say anything. I only have an
Okay.
introductory phrase.
Okay, so I'll do the ending. It's fine. So this is all for today. I really hope you guys enjoy this podcast, and hope we can continue doing
Yeah.
more episodes soon. So yeah, hope to see you
Yes.
guys
Please,
later.
please support us so we can have a studio in the future.
Yes.
Wow, that's
And thank you for Buso for coming, for being our
Yes.
special guest.
Thank you
It's
for
Yes.
having me.
thank you so much,
Yes.
Mambuso. So
Thank
yeah,
you for
that's pretty
the
much it.
good insight about love and all that.
Sure thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
really appreciate it. But anyways, that's all for today. So hope you guys like it. So bye bye.
Take
Bye.
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Hope you find someone that you love.
Thanks.